Irish. She works for the U.S. Olympic Committee. Karen, can you just talk to us a little bit about what you spoke about on your panel and new things that you learned while you were in there?
Sure. Well, it's great to be here. I appreciate you taking the time. It's so much fun because dealing with students, I always get to learn some new things as well as teach a little bit. We talked about industry trends. We talked about new media. We talked about, sort of who the stakeholders are in sports now. And I just think it is so fan-driven that whatever part of the industry that you're in, you really need to pay attention to the fans, what they're demanding, what the expectations are, it doesn't matter what sector you're in either. You always have to follow the money, and so those are really important pieces. And I learn what students are interested in by the questions that we get asked. So there are some really sharp students out there who are really tracking the most current trends, and who have very incisive questions. So it was good.
And so for those students who are looking to break into the industry, maybe at the U.S. Olympic Committee, what do you suggest for people who are trying to get their foot in the door? What is that one thing that you wish you would have known back when you started?
I had some really good advice. I had people that took me under their wing, so I wouldn't be here without people who really probably were paying it forward for me, and so I try to pay it forward now. And best advice I can give is try to do as many internships as possible. Keep in touch with people that you've met. If you're in a program, keep in touch with your professors, and try to do things that are what I call blue chip. Go with the best organizations, the most up-and-up opportunities that you can avail yourself of, and then keep in touch with those folks who hired you on or gave you a chance, and then return the favor when you've gotten in the door. Just don't forget to write your thank you notes. Just really common sense things, but that sometimes aren't so common anymore. Those are the kinds of things that help people stand out.
That always seems to be the small things that really count. So students, remember that when you're trying to get a job or applying somewhere. And just one last question for you: what's your favorite part about your job? What makes you want to get up and go to work every day? And if there's one great story you have for us, what would it be?
Oh gosh, I mean, there's so many great stories. It's hard to really pick out one. I get up every day because I get to serve U.S. athletes who represent their country in a way that very few people get to. So many of them do it for the love of their sport. They're not highly paid, and they're just great ambassadors for us on an international level. I get to work with really smart, talented people, both internally within our organization, but also externally in some of the government relations positions and opportunities, and the people that I meet. There are a lot of people who think that the government is full of bureaucrats, but really there are super dedicated people who are very smart, who apply what they know, what they've learned, and are very passionate about it. And so if that's another piece of advice I could say is for people breaking into the industry is go with your strengths and go with what you love, and you'll never work a day in your life, really.
That's awesome. We heard her first from Karen Irish.